Howdy everyone, I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Orro Reports. Now, I want to remind all of you watching this video that I'll be leaving my home in California this coming Sunday on a 5-day-long vacation to Nashville, Tennessee. And I think I may have an idea of what to blog, though it may not be that much exciting to some of you watching. But anyway, to start things off, let's talk about a young actress / singer known as Destiny Hope Cyrus, aka Miley Cyrus. Now, for those who aren't familiar with Miley, here's a little info about her. Other than being a great singer, Miley has been playing minor roles in the TV series Doc and Tim Burton's Big Fish during her childhood. Later on, she became a teen idol, starring as the character Miley Stewart on the Disney Channel series Hannah Montana in 2006. Her dad, Billy Ray Cyrus, whom I mentioned sang the Scooby-Doo theme song in my blog of Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost, also stars in the series. The show aired for about 4 seasons up until 2011. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not a fan of live-action teen sitcom shows, and I never bothered watching Hannah's series, even if my sister watched it a lot during her youth. But anyway, nowadays, I feel like Hannah Montana was inspired by an 80s cartoon, Jem and the Holograms, which I talked about while blogging its terrible live-action movie. On the other hand, I think Miley has had better roles in films like The Last Song, along with Disney's Bolt. But you may be asking, what are my thoughts on Hannah Montana's 2009 movie? Well, we're about to find out. Released on April 10th, 2009, the movie is, well, Hannah Montana the movie. Now let's get started. Like many teenagers, Miley Stewart juggles family, friends, and school. But, unlike her peers, she has a secret pop star persona named Hannah Montana. When Hannah's soaring popularity threatens to take over Miley's life, her dad steps in to give the teen a reality check. Back home, in the Tennessee town of Crowley Corners, Miley embarks on an exciting adventure even Hannah Montana could not imagine. So, what are my thoughts on this movie anyway? Well, in my opinion, even though I'm not a fan of Hannah's TV series, I think this movie alone is pretty good. But, to further explain why I enjoy the movie, let's move on to Mustang notes. Now, this film was the second theatrical movie based on a Disney Channel original series. The first being the Lizzie McGuire movie back in 2003. The movie was directed by Peter Shelsom and written by Daniel Berenson. While attending at the premiere of Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Billy Ray Cyrus and Miley said that they were planning to make a film adaptation of their TV series and expected it to be a feature movie rather than a Disney Channel original movie. Since writers were still working on the script for the film, Cyrus was free to share whatever ideas she had for the upcoming project. She said that the best concept she had thought of involved going back to her hometown of Nashville, Tennessee. Since Hannah Montana is taped at Tribune Studios in Los Angeles, Cyrus spends most of her time away from her beloved home. She spends up to 8.5 hours a day working on the set, but her hours could get longer once she becomes a legal adult. Billy Ray shared further details about the script, saying, "There'll be a lot of similarities to the show, and the fact that Miley is so real, her music is real. We'll keep a lot of the realism." The 45-year-old country artist revealed, but he also said, "But I think we'll go a little further with the comedy, and it's going to be on the big screen, so we'll try to make everything look bigger." Also, the movie went into production on an estimated $30 million budget. Filming began in April 2008. Much of it occurred in Columbia, Tennessee, and Los Angeles, California, and was completed in July 2008. Also, while the film achieved commercial success, grossing about $169 million in worldwide box office revenue, despite receiving a mixed critical response. There was a little downside to this. You see, at the 30th Golden Raspberry Awards, the film was nominated for Worst Actress for Miley Cyrus and Worst Supporting Actor for Billy Ray Cyrus, which is really disappointing in my opinion. Now, there are several reasons why I like this movie. Firstly, the story feels like a decent coming-of-age story. Secondly, I just love the scenery around Crowley Corners, which makes me excited when I get to Tennessee next week. Although, it's been like 2 decades since me and my family crossed through there on our way home from Florida. There are also a few funny moments in the movie, like when Jackson gets bitten by an alligator, or when Robbie accidentally breaks Ruby's plates. But there is one part in the movie that I found pretty embarrassing. I mean, it's bad enough that Miley has to go on a dinner date with Travis while being Hannah at the mayor's dinner, but it gets worse when a ferret wrecks a dinner and when Travis sees Miley in mid-switch. Also, this wouldn't be a Hannah Montana movie without several catchy hit songs. The songs in this movie consist of pop, rock, and country, which sounds like a great mix in my eyes. Not only do we have the classic theme song, Best of Both Worlds, but we also have songs like Let's Get Crazy, which is sung at Lilly's birthday party, The Good Life, which is sung while Hannah gets into a cat fight with Tyra Banks, Don't Walk Away, while Miley is doing chores around the farm, Dream, while Miley and Travis are hanging out together, and Butterfly Fly Away, sung by Miley and Robbie, which seems like a nice father-daughter moment. However, there are 3 songs in this movie that are my absolute favorites. For example, there's Hoedown Throwdown, which feels like a great mix of country and hip-hop. Also, I just can't help but dance and tap my feet to this song. Fun fact, this song managed to make a commercial success by reaching the top 10 of the Irish singles charts and top 20 in numerous regions. The second song being The Climb, which is a really touching and heartwarming song in my eyes. The song was critically appreciated for its lyrical content and Miley's strong vocals. It achieved commercial success and reached the top 10 on charts in the United States, Australia, Canada, and Norway, as well as reaching the top 20 in many other countries. In the United States, the song topped Hot Adult Contemporary tracks for 15 consecutive weeks. And the third song that I love the most is You'll Always Find Your Way Back Home, which I feel is a great song to end a decent movie. There were also songs like Backwards and Bless the Broken Road by Rascal Flatts, and Crazier, sung by Taylor Swift, which I feel are great country songs. Anyway, now that we're done with Mustang notes, let's move on to the cast. Let's start with Miley Cyrus's character, Miley Stewart, aka Hannah Montana. Now, to me, since this was before she moved on to Wrecking Ball, I think Miley is cute, spunky, energetic, and sassy. Plus, I think her horse, Blue Jeans, is very beautiful. On the other hand, when Miley is portraying as Hannah, her singing and dancing is great, even though, nowadays, as I said earlier, Hannah gives me a Gem vibe, due to the fact that Miley has to keep her Hannah identity a secret. Also, in my opinion, and no offense to her, Hannah does not hold a candle to my friends Sarah Lonsert and Anna Carmela Young. Next we have Billy Ray Cyrus's character, Robbie Ray Stewart. In the show, Robbie gave up his career as a singer so that he could take care of his children after his wife died. In my opinion, Robbie is a hard-working, as well as a easygoing, protective, and loving father. I also think Robbie is very supportive to his family. Plus, I just love the part where Robbie sings Back to Tennessee during the fundraiser scene. Next we have Miley's best friend, Lilly Truscott, played by Haley Joel Osment's sister, Emily Osment. Best known from Spy Kids 2 and 3D, R.L. Stine's Haunting Hour, Don't Think About It, Soccer Mom, and from Up on Poppy Hill. Now, Lilly is the first person Miley tells about her double life as Hannah Montana. She is extremely extroverted, excitable, clumsy, and sometimes impulsive. However, Lilly is also very athletic and loves skateboarding, surfing, hockey, and cheerleading. She's considered the tomboy with a sweet, kind, and optimistic personality. In the beginning of the movie, Lilly is upset due to Miley taking attention from her during her birthday. Later in the movie, Lilly, along with Miley's manager Vita, comes down to Crowley Corners posing as Hannah as she reunites with Miley. However, there is one little mistake that Lilly makes in this movie, but I'll talk about that later. We also have Miley's grandmother, Ruby, played by Margot Martindale, who got to be in The Rocketeer, Mother's Day, and Cars 3. To me, Ruby is a very sweet and loving woman, kind of like my grandmother Joanne. Plus, Ruby can be tough at times, like when she tells off a greedy businessman named Mr. Bradley, whom I'll talk about later. Also, I do like the relationship between Miley and Ruby. Next we have Travis Brody, played by Lucas Till, who got to be in Monster Trucks and Michael Jackson's Halloween. In my eyes, Travis seems like a nice guy, and he's a hard-working cowboy. Also, during the movie, it is revealed that Travis has a crush on Miley, even though later in the film, Travis was hurt after discovering Miley holding her Hannah wig. Next we come to Lorelai, Robbie Ray's love interest, played by Melora Hardin, whom I've talked about in my blog of the Tower of Terror. In my eyes, Lorelai is a beautiful woman, and I think her relationship with Robbie is pretty sweet. Next we have Oswald Granger, played by Peter Gunn. Oswald is an undercover journalist for a British magazine known as Bon Chic. He sets out to discover Hannah Montana's secret and expose it to the world. To me, this guy seems like a stalker, like when he follows Miley to Lily's birthday, and thanks to some info from Lilly, Oswald goes to Crowley Corners. In my eyes, it is pretty funny when he gets into a muddy predicament. Next are Oswald's daughters, Phoebe and Clarissa, played by Rachel Woods and Natalia Dyer. Now, it's hard to talk about these girls since they're not in too much of the movie. However, the only thing I can say about them is that they're your everyday Hannah Montana fangirls. Finally, we have Mr. Bradley, played by Barry Bostwick, who got to be in the Rocky Horror Picture Show, Nancy Drew from 2007, 101 Dalmatians 2, Patch's London Adventure, The Land Before Time 14, Journey of the Brave, and just recently, he voiced the mayor in The Incredibles 2. Now, Bradley is a land developer who is attempting to build a mall on the town's site. In my opinion, while Bradley doesn't appear too much in the movie, he seems like a greedy jerk, and he predicts that nothing will stop him unless the town makes enough money. The rest of the cast includes Vanessa Williams, Jason Earls, Jared Carter, Bo Billingsley, and Jane Carr. And now, let's move on to my final words. Overall, Hannah Montana the movie may not be a favorite to some of you out there, but I think this movie, without watching the TV show, is decent enough. It has a good coming-of-age story. It has several hilarious and family-friendly moments. The film includes some great characters, old and new, even if some of them are based on real people. The songs are great to listen to, and the scenery in Tennessee is just so beautiful that it makes me excited to go to Nashville next week. If you're not into Hannah Montana, this movie isn't for you. But if you like country, pop, or hip-hop music like I do, then give it a watch, whether you have kids or not. I give this movie a 91% out of 100. Well, that's all for now. Be sure to join me in 2 weeks, as soon as I get back from Nashville, Tennessee. Mustang Power!